You think you're in control of your decisions. You're not. Right now, your brain is running at least 7 background programs that are actively distorting how you see reality. And the terrifying part? They feel completely normal. They feel like logic. They feel like common sense. It's not because you're not smart. It's because your brain is lazy. It takes psychological shortcuts to save energy. And those shortcuts are being used against you every single day by marketers, politicians, and even your own ego. In this video, I'm going to name all 7 of these glitches. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Make sure you stay until trick number 5. That one single glitch is responsible for most of the bad decisions people make in their entire lives. Let's pull back the curtain.
Here's the first trick, and it's probably already happening to you today. Imagine you just learned something new. Maybe it's investing in crypto, playing chess, or starting a new diet. In the very beginning, your confidence is sky high. You watch a few YouTube videos and suddenly think, I could easily do that. I'm a natural. That feeling is a complete lie. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And it works like this. When you know very little about a subject, you literally don't know enough to realize how much you're missing. You don't see the blind spots. So your brain just fills that gap with unearned confidence. The graph looks exactly like this. Confidence starts high. Psychologists actually call this the peak of Mount Stupid. Then it violently crashes when reality hits and you realize it's hard. Only then does it slowly rise as you actually develop real skill. Most people quit during that crash. They think they're failing. They're not. They're just leaving the delusion phase. The fix? When you feel absolute 100% confidence about something you just started, treat that feeling as a giant red warning sign, not a green light. Your brain has a full-time job, and that job is to prove you right. Every piece of information you encounter gets filtered through one question. Does this support what I already believe? If yes, you accept it, remember it, share it. If no, you dismiss it, forget it, or call it fake. This is called confirmation bias, and it doesn't feel like bias. It feels like critical thinking. Here's the test. Think of a strong belief you have, political, personal, anything. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you genuinely changed your mind about it because of new evidence? If you can't remember, your brain has been filtering your reality for years. The fix is uncomfortable. Actively seek out the strongest argument against your position. Not to agree with it, just to understand it.
In 1977, a runway collision in Tenerife killed 583 people. It remains the deadliest aviation accident in history. Investigators found something strange. Many passengers who survived said they noticed warning signs before the crash. Unusual sounds, delays, confusion. But they didn't act. They assumed things would work out. That assumption has a name: normalcy bias. Your brain has a strong default setting. The future will look like the past. So when something truly abnormal starts happening, your brain delays the alarm signal. It keeps telling you, this will resolve itself. This is probably nothing. Things like this don't really happen to me. It's the reason people wait too long to leave dangerous relationships, too long to see a doctor, too long to change course. The fix? When something feels slightly wrong, don't wait for it to feel catastrophically wrong. Act earlier than feels necessary.
Quick question. Which would you choose? Option A, a mediocre product for free. Option B, an excellent product for $1. Most people choose option A, even if by every rational measure, option B is worth 10 times more. This is the zero price effect. The word free doesn't just lower the price to zero, it rewires the entire calculation. When something is free, your brain stops doing cost-benefit analysis. The normal logic, is this worth it, completely shuts off. This is why companies offer free trials, free shipping on overpriced orders, free gifts with purchase. They're not being generous, they're exploiting a bug in your brain. The fix? Every time you see the word free, manually ask yourself, would I want this if it cost $5?
If the answer is no, it's not actually a good deal.
In 2000, psychologists ran a study at a grocery store. They set up 2 jam tasting tables. One table had 6 options, the other had 24. The table with 24 options attracted more visitors, but the table with 6 options sold 10 times more jam. More choice made people freeze. They couldn't decide, so they walked away with nothing. This is called the paradox of choice, and it plays out everywhere in your life. Too many career options and you stay stuck. Too many people to date and you commit to no one. Too many streaming shows and you watch nothing for 40 minutes. The anxiety you feel when you have too many options, that's not you being indecisive. That's a cognitive overload your brain was never designed to handle. The fix? Artificially limit your options. Give yourself a rule. Choose from the first 3 that meet your minimum requirements and move on.
Don't think about a pink elephant. You just thought about a pink elephant. That's not a joke. That's a cognitive mechanism described by psychologist Daniel Wegner in 1987. When you try to suppress a thought, your brain creates a monitoring process to check if the thought has returned. That monitoring process, ironically, keeps activating the thought. This is why telling yourself, "Don't be nervous," makes you more nervous. Why telling yourself, "Don't mess this up," guarantees you'll mess it up. The thought you fight becomes the thought that wins. The fix is counterintuitive. Instead of suppressing, replace. Don't say, "Don't think about X." Say, "Think about Y" instead. Give your brain a target, not a prohibition.
Humans are social animals. For most of history, following the group kept you alive. But that instinct misfires constantly in modern life. You eat at the restaurant with the longest line, not because the food is better, but because the line signals it must be. You buy the product with 10,000 reviews over the one with 30, even if the 30 are more detailed and accurate. You hold back an opinion in a group because no one else is speaking up, even if you're right and they're all wrong. This is herd bias, and social media has made it 10 times more powerful than it was 50 years ago. The fix. Before following the crowd, ask one question. Do I have independent evidence for this, or am I just seeing what everyone else sees? If the answer is just everyone else, you're not making a decision. You're outsourcing one.
So here's what you now know that most people spend their whole lives not knowing. 7 tricks your brain runs on autopilot. Dunning-Kruger, confirmation bias, normalcy bias, zero price effect, paradox of choice, ironic process theory, herd bias. None of these are signs of weakness or stupidity. They're features of every human brain, including the smartest ones in history. The only difference between someone these biases control and someone who controls them? Awareness. And now, you have it. The next video is going to go deeper, specifically into how other people exploit these exact biases to influence your decisions without you noticing. If you want that one, subscribe. You've already done the hard part. You know what the tricks are. Next time, we talk about defense. I'll see you there.